Wait, how'd I get extra on her? What? Oh, because I proc the thing. Right. Oh. Oh, we're okay. We're okay. We're totally fine. I just call up Jonathan and tell him, hey, I'm having problems with my ritual or my trial. Can you hook a brother up and, you know, just give me an extra life or something? That'd be great. You know, it'd be amazing. What if there's a Grand Spectrum in this one? 2-time loss. There's 3-time loss? Now I feel stupid for Spectrum. Oh my god! On that run! On that run where I bricked it, but the real life? That's crazy. Alright, here it is. Ruby's the best one! Yes, dude. Dude, there's like 20-something dudes right there. Oh, man. What's going on, guys? Snoo here. We are back in the Trial of Sekhemas Relic Farming Edition. I did this in 0.1, focusing on target farming against the darkness jewel unidentified and selling it for trade for a profit. I believe I was getting roughly 2 divines per run to do that. When you use this relic, you get that jewel guaranteed, and it's a very strong jewel. It's especially strong now. If we take a look, back in 0.1 against the darkness was super good because there were so many jewel slots and so many things to do, but then in 0.2 they removed a lot of jewel slots. It got knocked down a peg or two, but now I would say it's kind of back up to its former glory because of some specialized combinations of from nothing with the keystones here, and then you can overlay it kind of like this. Is a very popular place to put it here for attack builds. This is a popular area for more spell builds, and so there's so much power that you can get out of the Against the Darkness and specialized mods. You can look into it if you want. I'm not going to go over in big detail about that because we're not actually target farming that. We're target farming the material needed to drop that one, this relic, as well as some other things. This is a really fun multi-layered jackpot strategy that essentially costs nothing to invest into, and you can do it whether you're beginning, middle, end of your character's journey. You obviously need to be strong enough to handle the final floor of Trial of Sekhemas with relative ease. But yeah, we're going to be focusing on relics this time, which is something I remember Travic made a video on back in 0.1, a good video for that. And I didn't actually do that strat. I learned about it after the fact. So when we focus on getting relics, using relics like these, increased quantity of relics dropped from monsters, not only do we get more of these magic relics, which we can then sell for profit, we get more of these too. These will drop off the boss as well. Normally, when you do a run, you get one unique relic to drop. Of course, we have the Desperate Alliance. But that's not all. We have a whole slew of different unique relics. This one, of course, I know many of you guys are interested in, the Last Flame. Very rare. I heard somewhere it was like a 1 in 650 drop rate or something, which mathematically puts the value of 20 Trials of Sekhemas that I'm doing. If I drop 3 of these relics at a time, 3 random unique relics at a time, roughly 4 divines worth of value, I think, right now. The Last Flame and Temporalis, they're not as useful or valuable in 0.3 as they were before, but it's still a big jackpot drop, dozens of divines in value if it does. All of these are worthless other than the Last Flame and the Desperate Alliance. Unfortunately, the Desperate Alliance, which gives the Against the Darkness jewel, has a fairly high weighting. I could be mistaken, but I think they're all about the same, actually, except for the Last Flame. It's super, super rare. That's not it, though. Another form of jackpot is the Grand Spectrum jewels. These are worth quite a bit this time. I feel like maybe in 0.3 they're worth more than they were at any other point in the game. Maybe not. I don't know. But I did notice that there were several divines, even the worst color of the 3, and Ruby was worth like over 20 divines a piece or something like that. Something like 1 in 10 runs on average will see a Grand Spectrum chest at the end. It requires a gold key. And maybe it's a little more common than that. Maybe it's a little more rare. I don't know. But basically, 3 types of jackpots. Grand Spectrums, the Last Flame would be the biggest one, and the Desperate Alliance is the more reliable sort of jackpot that's not guaranteed at the end of the run. We still have a few other things that might drop, like random Divine Orbs, currencies, as well as level 20 Skill Gems and Spirit Gems. Those are fairly common in the Trial of Sekhemas because you go well above, area level 80, 81, 82. Over time, each floor increases the levels by 1. And so that's a great way to target farm level 20 gems, and they're still worth a fair bit. That's basically it as far as specialized drops we're aiming to get. And it's a lot of value all across the board. I'm expecting to make a lot of currency. One of the biggest reasons I'm expecting to make currency is because it doesn't cost anything to do this strategy. So this is usually where I'd insert the investment cost section of the strat, or maybe going over the maps and stuff. As you can see, we're just going to be using area level 80 trials. It doesn't technically have to be 80. I guess I do have some 79s in here. I kind of meant to do only 80, but oh well, it doesn't make that big of a difference. And you can do as far as, you can go do as low as 75, I think, and still get the 4th floor if you want. So if this strategy is a bit challenging for you, you might want to think twice about doing it the way I'm going to do it, because I'm going to show you the relic package now. This is the part that's really important. So instead of looking at maps, scarabs, or precursors, things like that, we're looking at relics. It's important to keep in mind that relics don't actually cost anything. In an active market, you can buy them and sell them. You can even turn them over for a profit if you want. So effectively, zero investment cost. Initial investment to get started does cost something, and these relics that you see here, if you try to match these 1 for 1, they are quite expensive, a few divines each, as a matter of fact. But you can always settle for slightly lower rolls with lower roll ranges. You don't have to necessarily get 20% quantity of relics dropped from monsters, which is a perfect roll. You could settle for 14 or 16, something that's actually quite a bit cheaper then. You'll see there is another modifier that I have on these, which is traps deal reduced damage. That's because the build I'm running is exceptionally good for Trial of Sekhemas. Super fast twisters, off-screen monsters, the chalice gauntlet, all of that. I don't even see the monsters basically. But traps can give me a hard time, especially because I can't control a character moving that fast. Just run right into traps and stuff. So that's the only type of room that is really burdensome for me. It turns out that you can pair this up with quantity of relic drops and get your traps reduced damage taken to over 100% potentially. I think I have 91% reduced damage, if I'm not mistaken, from traps. And if you want to know what that looks like, it's basically like having, in terms of honor resistance, it would be like having maxed out honor resistance and then still only taking about half the honor damage. But really, it's my life that I'm worried about as far as traps. It's not honored. So reducing trap damage not only reduces the amount of honor I lose, it reduces the amount of damage I might lose for my life. And since that's the only real threat to me at this point in the build, this is going to be the best way to do it. So we're kind of all in. Every single relic is increased quantity of relics dropped. Now, if that's too much for you, here's some great news for you. You can sub in 1 or 2 or even 3 of these here. It's a nice pairing with Merchant has an additional choice, because we're going to also hopefully get increased effect of non-unique relics by 30%. It's one of the buffs that we get from the Merchant quite frequently in one of these runs. And so that will have a multiplicative effect on how many relics drop. This means, even though I can only get 180% increased quantity of relic drops, which equals 2 unique relics, and then a 4 out of 5 chance for a third one, we can actually go above. We can go 3 relics every time, with a chance to get a 4th one, potentially. And while I could also run this relic in here, you'll see if you actually look at the layouts on this, it's really burdensome because it means I would have to draw not only 2, but 3 of these relics out of here to fit this in. It's actually quite annoying. So I've elected to not simultaneously farm Against the Darkness with relic farming. I'm just going all in relic farming. So that basically kicks us off. All right, the investment cost is nothing. The relic setup, you've heard it. There are a few combination of things you can do with that. And of course, we'll be looking for really good magic relics. There are basically 2 types of relics that are worth anything. They're the relics that I kind of scrolled over with increased chance to drop more relics, high roll, or there's also Merchant's reduced prices combined with Merchant has additional option. It used to roll 2 additional options. That was nerfed in 0.3. It can only roll 1, so that strat's been hurt a bit this time around. There are a few other rolls that can be good, like 10% increased movement speed and maybe like absolutely max rolled honor resistance, rolled relics, things like that. So you can take a look. We're going to be looking at a lot of relics, and I'm expecting some of the magic relics to be of value too, because we're going to drop a ton of them. This relic package here doesn't just result in more unique relic drops, it results in across the board. I'm going to be getting dozens and dozens and dozens of relics to look at every single run. We're going to do 20 runs. I don't even know if 3 dump tabs here is enough to fit all of that before the fact. But yeah, we got 20 of these, and we're going to kick it off with run number 1. Alright, this will give you some sense of what this build looks like inside Trial of Sekhemas. You can see that, well, certainly this type of room is quite favorable. for me. Honestly, every room is, though. And it's done. You can also see that I didn't get hit at all. Now, this is my sprinting speed, by the way. I don't need that. And now we're going to look at the downside. You're not always taking the room you select. I'm not going to make this a guide on which room to pick, but basically we're just going for gold keys, merchants at first till we get the right boon. Try not to take any crazy downsides, although most of them are okay. Ironically, a couple of these are really bad. No evasion. I'm not even sure no evasion would hurt me that much anymore on this one. Normally I would hate to take this one, but that's only about the last boss, so I'm not really concerned about it. Perhaps a trap or something, maybe a fire trap might cause me problems there, but we'll see. Oh, here's a good point. The 4-to-1 relics are useless. Nobody wants them. They're bad. This I will take. The 2-to-1 and 3-to-1. And so this chalice event is now done, and I only saw one rare monster. I killed 3, but I only saw 1. So that gives you a sense of what a chalice event is like. And then this one is a complete joke as well. I'm beginning to think that this build as Twister might be one of the best no-hit runners for, you know, if you actually went for the Temporalis. Because even like this event, I mean, very unlikely to get hit by anything here. Could happen, I guess. And I think if you made yourself 100% immune to traps, you would never lose honor from them, so that would be pretty easy. Well, that's a nice little showcase of how fast we'll be going. I'm expecting this to take about 20 minutes per... Yeah, maybe about 20 minutes. I'm not the fastest player in the world. I don't really have these layouts memorized or whatever. I get an extra boon here, so... But, yeah, there'll definitely be some highlights. And we'll definitely be going fast, so we'll see how long it takes to do 20 of these. And we'll take a look at the results in the end. Is that difficult? 3 relics, 1 base. That's gonna be pretty common. I was initially estimating maybe... I don't even know if this is good. 10? 10 of these relics? This is worth 3 divines, by the way.
I shall aid you.
Right now, anyway.
May that serve you.
Okay, and now we check for Grand Spectrums. Time lost jewels is the second best. Just looking at the gold. Gold ones. I think they can only spawn in gold ones. Looks like we have none. Look, I had 9 gold keys. I also forgot to mention we're getting a bunch of jewels. Okay, so we'll look at the jewels. Most of the jewels aren't really worth anything unless they got like movement speed, increased quiver effect, mana on kill maybe. But perhaps we'll get lucky. I don't know. You don't need good gear. You don't need good gear. Hey, Divine Orb. Nice. Did we get it? Did we get it? Did we get time lost? Alright, well, this is second best. Now, these probably not worth anything, but I don't know. We'll see. I got a lot of gold Arcanus boxes. Wait, how did I get nothing? How did I get nothing out of there? What? So many gold Arcanus boxes. No, the point is you needed good gear to do this in 0.1 as an attribute stacker. You needed good gear to do this in 0.2 as an accuracy stacker. You do not need good gear to do this in 0.3. Actually did kind of start that bad. I had a really unlucky first Twister cast. Oh no. Bad RNG. To unspec 24 passive points to divide them into weapon set points, and that could cost a lot of currency maybe. Oh, nice. Double vase. Hey, we made up for the fact that the last one didn't drop any. That's 6 divines right there. 6 divines, plus whatever secret mods we have here. Yeah. Oh. Is that one always there?
Greetings.
30% increase effect of non-unique relics. Got him.
With intent. Always onward.
That's what we're here for. Traps are slower, just for the lulz. Just for the lulz. Mean anything.
Yes.
Unfortunately, these cannot be 3 to 1.
Take it.
Wow, I literally hit a good one right here. That's crazy. Already hit a good one.
A useful trade.
Started IDing these. Merchant additional choice. This is almost perfect on this. It's 1 tier away. That is probably worth nowhere near what the max. I think like a perfect one of these is like 3 div or something. So let me see. If you get the boon, you have like guaranteed 3, and then I don't know, like a 30% chance for a 4th, something like that. Oh, hey.
That was close.
Sandstorm. Sandals. Wait, are these a good base? They are, right? The second best base in the game.
Anything for the sick.
That might be worth something. If you get the boon, you have like guaranteed 3, and then I don't know, like a 30% chance for a 4th, something like that. Oh, hey.
That was close.
Sandstorm. Sandals. Wait, are these a good base? They are, right? The second best base in the game.
Anything for the sick.
That might be worth something. Okay, this is... Oh, shit, it's a shitty one. Oh, I'm gone. Oh, what? Wait, what? I have 8 honor when I switch over? Oh my god. I thought I was done. I have 8 honor. It's actually no hit run now. Oh, I think I'm dead. Wait, I have 0 honor when I switch back? Oh, because I proc the thing. Right. Oh, we're okay. We're okay. We're totally fine. I just call up Jonathan and tell him, hey, I'm having problems with my ritual, or my trial. Can you hook a brother up and, you know, just give me an extra life or something? That'd be great. I thought we were gonna actually brick one, guys. And if you're here for the highlights, it's because of not that. You have no evasion. I decided I'd test that. I just wanted to test what no evasion was like. You know, on like the first floor, getting it that early. And, totally fine. Totally fine. I don't know. I guess I had like I probably had like some minor boon or something. There's 3 time loss? Now I feel stupid for... Spectre! Oh my god! On that run! On that run where I bricked it, but the relive? That's crazy. Alright, here it is. Ruby's the best one! Yes, dude. Dude, that's like 20 something div right there. Oh, man. Man, we got him. That's great. I'm so sad I wasted 5 time lost things. Not really. Okay. Oh, geez. On that, that is poetic, man. That is poetic. That's good. Like, deserved, undeserved. Just chalk it up to streamer privilege, you know, every time. If I was a viewer, I would just be like, these damn streamers. Take no evasion. Yep. The secret tech. Choose no evasion as a downside. Die once. Respawn you know, you gotta get your extra life in, and then the game rewards you for your daring ballsy play by granting you the temple. Oh god. Wait a minute. Lose 20 sacred water when you take damage from an enemy hit. Minor affliction. Gain 2 sacred water when you take damage from an enemy hit. Major boon. Major 2, minor 20? Cash, there we go. Time lost cash. Arcanist, shield, relic, armor, Arcanist, ranger, gold, royal, royal, mage. Looks... Gold Spectrum Cat! Oh my god, I almost missed this. I really almost missed this. How did I miss that? Because I ran down this way. What? I must be blind. You guys ready for another 28 div Grand Spectrum? That's how you do it. What is, man, that, I'm so bad at math. Let's see, that's 56 divines in 2 jewels? 56 divines? 56 divines in 2 jewels. What a stopping point. Jesus. Stopping for the night on the 2nd ruby? Make an absolute killing. Who's gonna farm some Trial of Sekhemas tonight? Raise your hand if you're farming Trial of Sekhemas tonight. Who's farming it? Who's ready? Traps deal triple damage. That means... What does that mean? I don't know. What? Does that mean they do triple damage from 91% reduced? I just want to see. I'm bricking this run, maybe. I want to see. Do they do 3 times more damage after factoring in 91% less damage, or do they do 300% increased damage? If it's 300% increased damage, I'm screwed. The fireballs will one-shot. No way. Nuh-uh. I'm scared now. Oh god, it's a trap! Here it is! How much did it do? Oh god! Well, I mean, I gotta get hit by it first, I guess. I literally cannot trigger this trap. Wait. Wait. I think I have... Do I have reduced damage from traps? Oh, I'm immune to traps. Look. I stand in the poison cloud. It can't do damage to me. I'm literally standing in a poison cloud. Actually, maybe that's not a poison cloud. Different kind of trap. Oh well. No, I'm immune to traps. So, triple damage from traps taken is considered after your factored immunity. We're good. We're good. Okay. Hey, that's new intel. Valuable. Yeah, I know. It doesn't tingle with the filter. I don't know why. Maybe there's a competing drop or something. pretty funny. Oh my god. Oh. Bow to your hero. We have the hero relic slammed. I mean, this thing, I'm sad it has to be divine, but this is already an absolute monster relic. This is the one. This is the relic that you go for in Magic right here. 1020 is literal perfection, but we just smashed that. Smashed it. Wow! Oh no, this is keys, not relics. I'm about to say I almost did another good one. No, it's not. Oh, this is like 25 divines. Unless it needs to be divined. I'll check in a second.
Speak.
I felt like I deserved one of these. Just one. Where can you check the price of relics? The hard way. Using the, you know, whatever exile application, or I'm actually just using trade the annoying way. This movement speed 10, relic drop chance 16 plus is, oh, it's only 8 divines right now. Not bad. Interesting. Why is the divining that high? Wait, this has gone down. Oh, it's gone down a little bit. Okay. It's actually gone down quite a bit since yesterday. It's still worth 10 divines. Well, anyway, guys, we're here with the results. 20 Trials of Sekhemas. And in this dump tab, you see most of the important things that dropped. Let's just kind of scan over. First of all, we got a few extras that I didn't really count worth anything. I picked up some things that transmute. A really nice unset ring. Xerx's refrain, apparently not really worth much. Tablet there. And then we got a lot of relics. A whole lot of magic relics, which I think will be insightful for you to know how much they are worth. Some really big ones, which I haven't scrolled over yet. They would be things like this, or especially ones like this. 11 Vase Relics, the Desperate Alliance. Almost 50% drop rate. Per trial, a lot of time lost jewels. It looks like jewels really aren't worth that much. I have a few that have a fair bit of potential. I'm counting these worth 1 divine apiece. And yeah, let's go over the numbers. Oh, before we do that, alright, so yeah, tons and tons of jewels. Here are the only ones that really seem to have some potential, but I'm not actually counting them worth anything. It's such a sketchy market right now that what I'll end up doing is I'll just like light this dump tab up for, you know, 50x or something. Or, I mean, I'll probably start like 200x and then just drop it down until people start trading. Not putting them in the instant trade window. It's too annoying to do that for each individual jewel. What I'm talking about is like this right here. That kind of setup, okay? And you just keep lowering it. That's the smart thing to do with jewels like this. Now then, it's time to get to the numbers. We have everything here broken down in terms of currency gain. Desperate Alliance is currently worth about 3 divines apiece, so 11 of those would be 33 divines. I got very lucky with Grand Spectrum's drop 2. That's not getting lucky, dropping 2 of them, because that's probably about right. But the fact that both of them ended up being ruby, and the sapphires are worth about 4 div, the emeralds are worth about 8, but the rubies are climbing because of the meta shifting there for Blood Mage, I guess. Currently worth 33 div a piece. Yeah, and rising. So like yesterday they were worth 28 div a piece. So who knows where they're going to be tomorrow. 66 divines of value there. This is the biggest outlier of the runs, I would say. Magic and rare jewels, only counting, of all those jewels I looted, I'm only counting 4 div worth here. I think that's perfectly feasible. Again, I have a hard time really counting things worth something if it doesn't look like there's a solid market on it. Currency, of course I dropped, I think, 5 divines total and some chaos, exalts, things. Broke that down, 7 divines in total. You don't get much raw currency from this farm. Other would be these Sandsworn sandals, happen to be worth about 1 div. So, yeah, bases or whatever. Again, I probably could have counted some of this stuff, but anyway. We have a normalized number because in a moment I'm going to normalize the value that I got through Grand Spectrums as if I got the average Grand Spectrum value, which means I would be subtracting a lot of currency. But giving myself 3 on account of not dropping the sacred, or the, what is it called? The Last Flame. Yeah, the Last Flame, that's the special Temporalis relic. I got going off of like projected 1 of 650 drop rate, and its value's not that good. So if I'm going to normalize it, I'm going to try to normalize the whole thing there. So yeah, negative 33 divines for normalize. We'll get to that in a second. For the investment, 0 divines. That's one of the super specialized things about this strat. Literally nothing. It costs nothing. It does cost you something to get your relic package together, but since you can just sell them, they're not consumables. You do it for a few days, you sell it. Maybe the market is favorable for you, maybe not after that. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't actually cost anything because of how you set the runs up. It just costs you the consumable to put in for the trial. That's it. We have gross number 137 div, net 137 div. Divines per trial 6.8. Sorry, 6.9. That's 20 trials. And then divines per hour. This took... So I was able to do these trials in about 20 minutes flat. There's some people who can go faster than that. But I don't do this for a living as far as running trials, so I don't even have the layouts memorized. But that's still pretty fast for the build I was running. And then you have to account for some extra time because there is a lot of like messing around with stuff that you got to deal with. So it's about 9 hours to do all of this together. I'm counting it. You know, that's not counting like organizing everything, but it is counting like 3 to 1ing relics. There's a lot of that. Messing around with the jewels, which I don't think I'm going to do next time. But yeah, 15.2 div per hour. I'd say I'm a little bit lucky with that because if we look at the normalized numbers, it's lower. Divines per trial, 5.2, which is pretty impressive considering a 20-minute trial and get 5.2 div out of it. Divines per hour, 11.6. And again, that is because the Grand Spectrums I got very lucky on, and so we're normalizing that. Now, of course, there's a lot of RNG involved in the magic relics as well, but you have to understand, I probably looked at and broke down, oh my god, well over 1,000 relics. I got hundreds and hundreds of looks at these. And the most valuable relic in the game right now is this one. Movement speed, tier 1 movement speed with tier 1 quantity of relics. This is almost an absolute perfect roll. And so this was worth 10 divines, basically. This is another big one that people are wanting here. And then we got a whole bunch of ones that are like maybe the perfect honor res here or some combination max honor. Then we have the merchant additional choice, reduced merchant cost, merchant additional choice, honor res, some value. Like these 4 together, they're basically worth about 1 divine. Then we have anything that's perfectly rolled quantity of relics is worth at least a divine. Perfect movement speed with tier 1 honor res, that's a big one too, worth a divine. Max honor, perfect roll there. Movement speed honor res again. Yeah, max life, perfect relic roll. And then these were a little bit less, but together all of these here is about 2 divines collectively. A lot of 19% relics without a really good mod otherwise. Here's a relic like the one I'm using, but mine are rolled a little better than this. So, yeah, that is a lot of value. I was quite surprised with how much value came out of the magic relics. The 2x1s in particular, they are the big money. They're the big money. So those are the results. Let me give you my final thoughts. So I was asking around during some of this farm what people were thinking about in terms of currency earning strats. You know, there's a few people doing Delirium, a lot of people running Trial of Sekhemas. I mean, this continues to be one of those sleeper strats throughout all of PoE2, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. As long as Against the Darkness is a viable and useful and popular jewel, Trial of Sekhemas farming is always going to be decent because of this relic as a baseline for what you get. As long as Grand Spectrums are good, useful, I mean, that really helps too. And it does seem to be a good league for those. Better than average, maybe. And if, you know, multiple facets of currency earning are valuable, well then, obviously, relics are going to be really valuable because more people are going to want to farm them. Are going to want to farm in Trial of Sekhemas, which means more people are going to want to get a really good relic package, whatever that is. And that maybe changes here and there, but it looks like the most standardized relic package is one that it focuses heavily on 2x1s, like this, with quantity of relic drops, preferably 20%. A lot of people will go for the movement speed one at the super top end. Because I'm not using movement speed as a means to move, I could use a different roll, just a testament to, you know, the cost-benefit ratio. I got much, much cheaper, super good relics, going for trap reduction. And I know some people who are farming, like the way I was farming a similar build, attack speed movement, are going to start picking up those relics, and so they're probably going to go up a bit. But, you know, honor restored, max honor, max life, you know, you just got your picking for different stats. But yeah, I definitely recommend this farm for sure. It's got to be one of the best out there. I haven't heard much in wind of other strats being good, except in terms of mapping, it sounds like Ritual is not the top of the list. Even Breach is not. Juicing, like Abyss, Magic Finding, Breach, Magic Finding. I feel like, having done it a bit, the investment cost to get really good maps, it seems kind of high on that strat. And so this is just a totally different way to approach a high-end currency farming with a zero investment strat. That's what makes it super specialized. And the fact that some people think Trial of Sekhemas is boring is probably what keeps this strat alive. And, you know, if you're not running a really fast build, you're going to suffer in terms of the currency earnings. So taking a build like Whirling Slash Twister, definitely a great choice to go into this farm. And there are many other builds that would be good with this as well. I think that's about all I got to say. I kind of alluded to it a second ago. I'm no longer going to pick up jewels. I will still pick up time lost jewels, I think. Probably going to stop picking up even 3-to-1s. And I didn't pick up 4-to-1s or 2x2s relics either. I think if I were to do this again, pick up only 2-to-1s, 2x1s, pick up only time lost jewels, I would save a fair bit of time. I could have got this down to maybe 8.5 hours. Messing around with all this stuff. The jewels is so time consuming. Yeah, that's going to be it. We're going to close out the video there. This was the first farming session of 0.3. It won't be the only one. But I'm a little bit squeamish at the idea of going back to juicing. I don't think it's going to perform this well. I really don't. I wasn't making this much currency juicing, so I'm going to have to, you know, ask around, see if there's any secret tricks that might have been not taking into account, or if the rumor is actually true that this is an awful league for juicing. It might be. I mean, that's what I would prefer to run, but who knows? I like Trial of Sekhemas. I don't mind doing it a fair bit. I might continue doing it to gear up because that's a lot of currency earned, and I can do a lot with that currency still. Still got a few upgrades I want to get. So yeah, maybe we'll see some more farming videos. Maybe we'll see a build showcase. Maybe we'll see a switch over to Invoker cast on crit stuff. I don't know yet. Remains to be seen. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you a big Sekhemas farmer, or do you hate the place? Or maybe you're a Trial of Chaos farmer. I've still never done that. I can't stand that mechanic. I don't think I'll do it. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.